Alright, so Ramadan's just around the corner, and I know that a lot of you guys are like panicking. You guys are like, oh, what if I lose all my gains? What if I lose all my progress? You know, my muscle, my strength gains. I've worked 11 months for this, and this month, Ramadan, just gonna ruin everything. First of all, just chill out, yeah? It's not that big of a deal. It's only 1 month. The past 11 months, if you've been grinding for the past 11 months, this 1 month, trust me, it's not gonna change anything. But in another note, if you guys want to know how to keep on like making progress during Ramadan, and you guys want to actually minimize muscle loss, as well as like retaining your muscle mass, this video should help you. So these are 5 tips that I can give you guys to use for Ramadan. So the first tip that I have for you guys is to eat high calorie dense foods. So basically, you guys know that in Ramadan there's only a short window period. So you got only about, I don't know, somewhere between 7 to 8 hours to get in your food. Most of those 8 hours you're probably gonna be sleeping or doing something else, because it's at night time. There you can get in your calories. And yeah, it's very short period to gain your calories. So the only way to hit your calorie goal, or to at least get close to your calories and not be in a huge deficit of like 1,000 calories, is just to eat high calorie dense food. So during your iftar, and like when you're breaking your fast, and during your suhoor time, just try and eat calorie dense food. This could include high calorie shakes, nut butters, nuts, avocado, olive oil. There's so many high caloric dense foods that you guys can eat, and this will actually help you like minimize muscle loss. So as you guys know, calories are needed in order to build muscle, and calories are also needed in order to maintain muscle. So yeah, eating high caloric dense foods will make sure that you guys don't lose that much you guys don't lose that much muscle mass. Basically, high caloric dense foods, it's gonna be easier to hit your maintenance calories, and you're not gonna lose that much muscle. Also, basically, say for example, one high calorie meal that I like to eat. I think I've mentioned it in my previous video. Is basically my breakfast. It's basically 2 cups of oats, 2 cups of milk with 1 scoop of whey protein. That comes around 1,100 calories or something. Yeah, if you eat that twice, that's already like if you eat that for like suhoor, and if you eat that for iftar, that's already like 2,000 calories for the day. So like 2,000 calories is pretty much enough. It's pretty much enough to be able to maintain muscle. Also, you need to get in enough calories so you guys can actually train hard when you guys do train. Alright, so the second tip which I have for you guys, this is in regards to training, is keeping your volume relatively low but keeping your intensity high. So by keeping your volume low and intensity high, what I mean by this is basically just doing less sets and reps for each muscle group, for each exercise, but training to training to failure. Everyone knows that training to muscular failure is what's going to help you grow muscle, but so if it helps you grow muscle, it'll be enough to help you maintain the muscle. And also, why I'm saying low volume is that this month it's not it shouldn't training shouldn't really be your priority. Like, your priority should be based on other stuff, such as going to the mosque, increasing your prayers, and maybe reading more Quran, getting closer to God, becoming a better person spiritually. So yeah, so if you guys say cut down the volume, it shouldn't be that much of a problem. You guys will still be able to maintain your muscle mass. So even if you guys train each muscle group once a week during Ramadan. So instead of doing push pull legs 6 days a week, you guys can do push pull legs 3 days a week. That should be enough to maintain your muscle mass, because Yeah, it's much easier to maintain muscle than it is to gain muscle. But gaining muscle, I'm pretty sure it's not that easy during Ramadan, because you need to eat, you need to eat a lot of food, and it's not gonna like you're not gonna be able to do that during Ramadan. So like, yeah, in terms of volume, just keep the volume low, but like train at a high intensity. And in this month, like, don't really focus that much on like focus more on like your technique, getting perfecting every single movement, perfecting your form. This is what's best, like that's how you should train in this month. So tip number 3, I'm actually going to tell you the best times to train in Ramadan. So there's 4 times to train. So like number 1, the first option you guys have is before iftar. So the advantage for this is you guys can actually come in straight after training and then break your fast. You guys are going to be able to replenish your nutrients, replenish nutrients. You guys are going to be able to replenish your glycogen storage if you guys eat a lot of carbs. Yeah, so the disadvantage for this is, when you're training, you're not going to be able to like drink any water, and that could lead to serious risk of injury. You guys are not going to be able to like train as hard, as you guys won't be as energized since you haven't eaten anything the whole day. Yeah, that's pretty much that's pretty much one of the cons of training before iftar. One of the advantages for training after iftar is you guys are going to be able to replenish. You guys are going to be able to like, you guys are going to be able to eat food before you train. So you guys are actually going to have some sort of energy to train. But the only disadvantage is like Tarawih prayer. You guys are gonna have to cut your training short so you guys can actually get to the mosque and like do your Tarawih prayer. So as you guys know, like this month shouldn't be focused that much on like your training and that. This month should be focused more on like improving your deen, improving your religion. That's the advantage and disadvantage of training after iftar. So this is the time where I train. So I train basically after Tarawih, so I don't have I don't have to worry that much. Yeah, so this is probably the best time to train in my opinion, because I can have something before Tarawih to like help keep me energized in my workout. So I can have like a pre-workout meal that's full of like simple carbs that will help me like be energized in the gym. Straight after the gym, I'm actually able to like replenish the nutrients in my body. I'm able to like take in proper, like I'm actually able to take in food, so I can actually help my body recover. Yeah, so that's the time I usually train. Sorry, after Taraweeh. So in my opinion, that's the best time to train, since you're able to eat before and after your workout. And the last option which I have, I don't really recommend this that much, is probably like straight after suhoor, straight after fajr. So what you guys can do is you guys can have a big meal for suhoor and then pray fajr, and then after your prayer you guys can go train. The problem for this is, yeah, you guys will be energized for your workout, but straight after your training, you guys won't be able to like take in any food. Yeah, and that could actually hinder your recovery process. So yeah, in my opinion, the best time to train is after Taraweeh. But the only disadvantage for this is, you're gonna go to sleep late, and then you're probably gonna have to wake up early for suhoor. But sometimes you gotta sacrifice some stuff during Ramadan. Alright, so number 4, I'm gonna go back to nutrition again. So basically, tip number 1, I told you guys to eat calorie dense foods, but I also forgot to tell you the foods which you should try and avoid. So like basically, as you guys know, especially if you're in a Desi household, if you're if you're Paki, if you're Bengali, if you're Indian, you guys know that your parents, they eat a lot of like these oily foods, like yeah, just these foods that are like covered in oil that have absolutely no nutrients. They're not gonna satisfy your cravings, and they're not gonna also, they're not gonna give you energy to train. So what my advice is for you guys is to like cook your own food and eat foods that are like high in protein and high in carbs. So examples are like potatoes, chicken breast, beef, broccoli, lots of vegetables, whole grain bread, rice. Yeah, so these types of foods, these are not only gonna help you maintain your muscle mass better, since you know the macros are like decent for these foods, but they're also gonna help you keep you energized. So you know you guys are able to continue your worship through the night. So yeah, try your best to like avoid any of eating too much oily foods, because the last thing you want to do is like you haven't eaten the whole day, your body is lacking in nutrients, and then the first meal you have is like a chicken burger or something. You're just feeding yourself crap. You're just feeding yourself shit. That's not gonna like help you. That's not gonna like that's not gonna be good for your body. And it's also gonna ruin your body composition. You might even end up gaining fat in Ramadan because you eat these oily foods and then you don't feel hungry and you just overeat, and then before you know it, your calories are like you've eaten like 5,000 calories of like just junk, and yeah, before you know it, instead of many people actually have the goal of losing weight in Ramadan, but instead they end up gaining weight because of the type of foods they eat. These foods they eat, the oily foods, they don't make you full, and then like the sweets and that, they don't make you that full, and then if you guys know about like sugar and that, it's a very addictive substance. So you guys can just keep on eating like sugar and fried food. It's very addictive. So you guys can just keep on eating. You guys are never gonna get full, and then before you know it, it's the end of Ramadan, and you step on the scale and you gain like 5 pounds. You go into the mirror, you take off your shirt, and you see a gut sticking out. That's what happens to some people in Ramadan, bro, because they can't. Because first of all, they can't like first of all, they're eating the wrong foods. Second of all, they can't control the portions, how much they're eating, man. Yeah, so the best case scenario, what I suggest you guys to do is to eat a lot of foods that are like high in protein, so you guys are able to maintain muscle mass, and also so you guys like you guys don't end up binge eating like during Ramadan. It's like, yeah, so say for example you have a piece of chicken breast before you have that samosa. If you have that chicken breast first, your body is gonna be full because protein is a very satiating like macronutrient. If you have chicken breast first and then the samosa, you're only gonna end up eating one or two. But if you have the samosa, like if you have like just eat if you just have samosas, and you guys are just gonna end up like binge eating, like you guys are gonna end up having 4, 5, 6, 7. Before you know it, like you guys what do you call it, you guys have gained weight, and yeah, it's just not good for your body composition as well as your long-term health. So yeah, as I said, for number 4, make the right choices about food, about which types of foods you are eating. Also, it's better for iftar to have like fast digesting protein as well as fast digesting carbs. So like whey protein, that's a fast digestive protein. By fast digesting, I mean it's gonna go quickly into your protein is gonna go quickly into your body, and fast digesting carbs as well, like simple carbs such as rice and potatoes. Yeah, and then for suhoor, the best type of protein sources are slow digesting proteins such as chicken breast, and slow and like casein protein, and as well, and the carb sources, eat more complex carbs. So complex carbs, they're gonna keep you energized longer, such as brown rice, brown bread, sweet potatoes. Yeah, those are some examples of complex carbs. So basically, it's better to eat fast digesting protein and simple carbs, and sorry, complex carbs during sahur. Sorry, let me say that again. It's better to eat slow digesting protein and complex carbs during sahur, and it's better to eat fast digesting protein and simple carbs during iftar. So the last tip I have for you guys. So the first 4 tips, what I talked about was basically nutrition and training, the last tip is gonna be based on recovery. So if you guys can, my last tip would be have a short nap during the day, because you're gonna be if you're training, like as I said, if you guys are training late at night, you guys are if you guys are like training late at night, you guys are most likely gonna be tired. You guys won't get enough sleep. So yeah, the last tip is basically just take a nap, take a half an hour to 1 hour nap max during the daytime, so you guys can actually you guys are actually energized. You guys don't feel tired throughout the night when you're actually doing worship, because a lot of you guys, you guys might be like tired during like Tarawih, or you guys might be tired after Tarawih and you guys won't be able to train. So my best tip for you guys is just to take a nap, half an hour to like 1 hour nap during the daytime, so you guys are actually energized for when you guys do your worship and when you guys like do your training. Alright, so the last tip which I have for you guys, the sixth tip, I wasn't supposed to say this, but it's just a bonus tip. Even if you guys don't train, even if you guys don't eat properly, even if you guys don't have like the best recovery, just don't worry about it. Like, it's only just 1 month. Like, 1 month isn't gonna isn't gonna like harm your progress. Like as I said before, it's all about consistency. It's what you do over the course of weeks, months, years and decades. It doesn't matter what you do for like 1 month. 1 month is barely gonna change anything. Like, if you guys know, like 1 month for beginners, it takes at least 3 months to see changes. So yeah, so in 1 month, if you guys have been training hard, eating well, and like sleeping right during 11 months, like this 1 month, it shouldn't worry you that much. And even if you guys do lose gains during Ramadan, you guys are gonna quickly gain it back like that. Yeah, so it's much easier to, you guys know this thing called muscle memory, yeah? So basically, if you gain muscle, if you lose it again, it's much easier to regain that muscle back than it is to actually gain new muscle tissue. It's much easier to regain the muscle that so like basically, if you guys gained muscle, and you guys lost that muscle, it's much easier to regain that muscle back than when you guys actually first gain that muscle. So yeah, even if you guys, so basically 1 month, say for example you guys don't train, you guys lose all your muscle mass, you guys are going to be able to get it back in 2 weeks time. 2 weeks time, your muscle and strength is gonna like increase, because muscle memory, your body is already used to it. So yeah, you guys, so what I'm saying is, just don't worry that much if you guys do lose muscle. To be honest, I have this problem as well. Like me, I fear in Ramadan that if I don't get my nutrition on a point, if I don't train right, if my sleeping cycle is not good, I'm gonna lose all my gains. But so far, what I've learned is it's not that much of a big deal. So yeah, just don't worry that much. Like during this month, should be more focused on improving yourself spiritually, improving your deen, getting closer to God. To be honest, I have to focus more on that as well. Yeah, so in that note, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you guys think in the comment. Let me know if you guys found this video helpful. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.